Hello everyone and welcome back in here to the channel. These have been really fun to do, so hey, I'm going to keep doing them. We've been plowing through the starter ships here in Star Citizen. We've done a video on the Drake Cutter, the Crusader Industries Intrepid, and today we're looking at one that's on the top of a lot of people's list, Old Reliable. One of the first ships introduced into this lovely game of Star Citizen, folks. A ship I've spent a lot of time hands-on with, but have forgotten about over the years. It's the Avenger Titan from Aegis Dynamics. Aegis Dynamics? Aegis? I should probably look up how that's done. These Dynamics people are ageist. Confirmed. I checked the lore, and this is factual. They hate old people. So, the retirement age, fun fact, is very low, though. So if you're looking for a job, highly recommend them. Anyway, so this is a fantastic starter ship that a lot of people discuss. The Cutter is a $60 game package. The Intrepid is an $80 game package. And the Avenger Titan here is a $75 game package. When I say game package, I mean it comes with the ship and the game. So obviously it's different prices for just the ships themselves. Interesting thing here, though, is the Avenger Titan, the game package, is $5 cheaper than the Intrepid. But if you buy it with credits in-game, it is 1.3 million credits, whereas the Intrepid is 705,000 credits. Not sure what the price differential is there. I would assume it's for the weaponry, folks. The Drake Cutter, as we all knew, had two size 2 weapons. The Intrepid, one size 3, and what the Titan brings to bear is a size 4 on the front and 2 size 3s on the wings. That's firepower right there. Also, hand in hand with the Intrepid, it does have 8 SCU of cargo capacity and a bed for logging out and whatnot. It doesn't have all the extra amenities that the Cutter and the Intrepid have. The kitchenette, all the other bells and whistles, right? But at the end of the day, your starter ship, cargo bay, bed, cockpit. What more do you need? I submit to you those things. Again, I don't know how I have one. I don't own one. As far as I know, I don't know if it's a loaner for something else, but it's always in my inventory, and I always forget about it. So, usually, it is white and black, which is why a lot of people call it the Penguin, due to its shape and then the regular color, but that Invictus paint, oh, it looks good. That looks good. Look at that. I mean, ribbed for spacious pleasure. For space, why did I say it like Sean Connery? Ribbed for spacious pleasure. The Avenger Titan from Aegis Dynamics. A glorious ship for a more civilized age. Anyway, so let's take a look-see around it. We'll do a quick cargo thing to see a quick cargo thing. Cargo run! To check on this bad boy and do some flying with it. I started the game with an Aurora Legionnaire in 2014 is when I backed it. I remember taking a while before you could even load into a hangar with your ships, and that was incredible. I would watch so many videos of people just showing off their ships in their hangar, because that's all you could do, right? Oh, where's the ramp? There it is. Yeah. And I very quickly upgraded to the Titan. So I did run this for many a time back when you could really only fly around Port Olisar, RIP Port Olisar. And then a few things past that before I moved up to the Cutlass Black. Regular move like a lot of people have done throughout Star Citizen's life. But I've done multi-crew in this. We've put vehicles in the back of the sucker. So many weird missions with this bad boy. I believe I actually ran the first, what am I thinking of? The drug place. Oh, my brain. I will insert the name of it whenever I remember, and I'll type it in right here. I feel really dumb. Anyway, I remember doing all that, running illegal drugs within the ship, getting in dogfights above it, and all that good jazz. A lot of good memories of this bad boy. Anyway, let's take a look inside. All right, let's rock and roll inside here for the tour. You do have the lovely ramp that opens leading to the cargo bay. There are 2 entry points to the ship. The reason for that is because when the back is full of cargo, guess what? You can't enter back here. A lot of ships have a little walkway on the side. Not here. This sucker is packed, so you have to go through the front. So, cargo bay. 8 SCU fits in here. Mentally, I'm not seeing it for some reason. But I've done it before, years ago, running drugs illicitly to Grim Hex. Those were the days. Anyway, stepping right through here, we do have our living quarters. There is your bed for your sitting pleasure. You're laying down. Your bed logging in and out. I don't believe... Is there internal storage here these days? There was not back when I used to run this ship. If there are, please let me know how much of an idiot I am. Closed door, because I don't think we actually have internal storage in here. We do have an exhaust with buttons here, though. Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop, beep. Oh, wow, the TV. Season 837 of The Simpsons. Glorious. And then, up here is the cockpit. Well-lit stairs. You're not going to roll your ankle on a coffee run at 3 in the morning. And that brings you straight into the cockpit. Again, all you need. Cargo bay, bed, cockpit. What more do you want in your starter ship? For such a good price, comparatively to everything else, with the firepower at bay. Sitting down, you do see it is a very old design. I'm getting 70s NASA vibes out of here. Maybe 80s, right? Expecting a Rolodex of floppy disks to be on the side here. Aging myself there, anyway. So, let's take a look-see here. We can open the pilot canopy. Feels like an old fighter jet. The ladder does come out, and you can exit the ship out the side here. Lovely animations for that. I remember the first time I loaded the cargo bay up, and I was like, I can't get in my ship. There's an issue here. But there are 2 different ways to get in. You should be able to walk over here, enter ship very easily, whichever way you want. Bum, bum, bum. Let's fire it up. Hear that engine sound. Look at this interface. Get some cargo. Run it. And frolic freely. So return the power on. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, that brings back memories. Oh, the voice. The buttons. The screens. All right, let's start this engine. Folks, listen. If you recall the Intrepid, probably one of the best startup sounds ever. Here we go.
Engines online. Quantum fuel at 100%.
Pretty smooth. Pretty nice low rumble there. Oh, yeah, look at that. Get that 4th-person tour going here. Just great design. Honestly, one of the earliest ships they did. The airflow, the intakes, the curvature. Whoever was in charge of this ship, just fantastic work. Like, just honestly top-notch. Let's close the back with a button press. Oh, my God. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's go find some cargo. See how 8 SCU fits in here. Deliver it. Give our final thoughts. Oh, baby. And fly it. I haven't flown this sucker in probably 10 years. I'm very excited for this. All right. We have our cargo now to load. 7 SCU going to Everest Harbor. Let's see how this fits. Now that I'm looking at an SCU box, it does, like, for some reason I was thinking they were almost twice the size they are. So, oh, they could fit side by side. Okay, so that's not the grid. So where is the grid? You're on the grid. You're on the grid. You're on the grid still? You're on the grid still? Interesting. All right. Also, you didn't have grids back in the day. That's why I was worried about it. Okay, yeah. Back in the day, you didn't load the cargo. You went to a computer. You said, I would like to buy drugs, please. And the computer would go, Exceladante. How many drugs might I interest you today, sir? And you'd say 8 SCU. And then it would suddenly appear in your cargo hold. Memories all alone in the moonlight. That's right. Okay. That's why I wasn't picturing it. So, and one more does fit right there. Very interesting. This is actually really fun for me, just because, again, I haven't used one of these since a lot of these mechanics were introduced to the game. Like, actually load that, like, that hangs, like it fits, but there's an overhang, and that bothers me for some reason. Okay, Titan. I feel like the grid could have gone half a square higher that way, and that bothers me. I don't like that. All right. So that would explain why I didn't think it would stack up at all, because SCU boxes are not as wide as I thought in the top of my head. So they actually go side by side in here. It makes sense now. Look at that. Much easier to load than everything else we've touched. Fantastic. We're learning so much together here, side by side. Absolutely adore it. I might have to use this sucker more. Like the Intrepid, like I've actually been, been my, since we recorded that video, I'm like, all right, I'm going to be cruising this a lot for just like driving places just quickly. Like it's so fun to drive, to fly. It sounds good. It looks good. Like, it's super fun. All right, there we go. We have 7 SCU in the ship. Cannot go through there. Let's close this ramp. That overhang bothers me. Look at that. Ugh, gross. I guess it's not too bad with how this ramp goes. Like it is at an angle. Let's take a look-see. Just because that's how my brain is going, yeah. So the ramp isn't closing straight up and down, obviously. It's at an angle. And there is this slight curvature. Okay, oh god, okay. There is that slight curvature right there. So it does fit physically. It's not a state of mind. It does actually fit. Barely. All right, cool. Let's get in this baby. I believe it's still running. Again, you have to go in through the front if you have cargo. Easy to do, not a very big ship to get around. Love the animations of climbing in the front. Wowie. I am also flying mouse and keyboard for this video, just because I was noticing with the Intrepid, due to how my joysticks were set up, I don't have a lot of free range use of my mouse. So a lot of times, like right now, if I want to look around the view we have here in the cockpit, it's much smoother because I have more room with my mouse. In the Intrepid, I felt bad looking at that because it was a lot of like, look at this view here. It's so nice. Nothing smooth about that. Let's do this. Look at this view. Look at my legs. Much better. So, my flying skills, mouse and keyboard, are going to be rough. But we're here for it. The back door is closed. The cockpit is also closed. And we're going to fly. Another memory that randomly popped up. Again, we're going through memory lane because I used to fly the ship a ton 10 years ago. There was an issue, as folks remember back in the day, where you could be in quantum and the cockpit would just open and it would just eject you without you pressing any buttons into the middle of nowhere. I had a lot of friends have to come rescue me in the middle of nowhere and then have to go find my ship. We would bounce over to wherever the ship was supposed to be. And then to have to go free float, fly out there and find it, because you didn't have markers on your ships. I'm going to All right, some we haven't really messed with. Again, I'm not on my joysticks, but it doesn't feel as good as the Intrepid. Obviously, it's a much older ship, but with the spooled up, I believe we were going 2220. Or no, not 22, 1220 in the Intrepid. So we got full speed of 1421. Spooled up, that's your max speed here. And if we're not spooled, actually, real quick, let's just check that out and not black out. Boom, we're looking at 260. We were at 230 something in the Intrepid, if I recall. So this definitely is faster. I feel like the Intrepid is definitely more maneuverable. It definitely feels like I'm just turning a bullet. But that's not bad. Yeah, look at that. 3 big guns going. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. So let us exit ship. Again, lovely animation. Gorgeous. Absolutely adore it. I took damage. I keep taking damage. I'm not going to lie to you, folks. This is something to look at. I have taken about 14% damage every time I've gotten in and out of this ship. I don't know what that's about. Okay? Not sure. I also am not wearing a helmet, so could be I'm not breathing at certain points, and that's killing me, which is also hilarious. Or the canopy is slapping me in the face. There's definitely could be some bugs with the ship still, but we've reached our destination. An easy 47K with an extra small cargo haul mission. Plenty of those. I think I had like 50 different available ones to me. So plenty of stuff to do for just cargo hauling. Very easy to do bounty missions again with the weapons it has. Obviously, you're going to want to go reload at a station a lot with the ballistic gun on there. switching it out for a repeater, not a bad idea at all, especially for PvE bounties. Unload, rockin'. Easy to unload. Much easier than the Intrepid. Everything's just right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a thing of beauty right there. All right, let's lower this bad boy. Confirm. Let's go. Easy peasy, folks. Start in the game, run some cargo, make some money. Easy to do. Avenger Titan, can do, will do. It's always there for you. Great ship. Not as maneuverable as the Intrepid. Holds the same amount of cargo, but has more firepower. So again, you have more options for game loops. If you want to do some PvE bounty hunting, you absolutely can. Quite a few of those under your belt with the Titan. Highly recommend. Great ship. Slightly cheaper than the Intrepid, right? A little more than the Cutter, but a lot to say for it, and really good history. Beautiful ship. Classic. It's a timepiece. It's a 1955 Ford Mustang in Star Citizen. Kurt Cobain POV. All right. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.